Right in my face. Welcome to the jungle. It's a lot of flowers. I gotta get that thing out of my face. There's a lot of flowers because it's been raining a lot, and so the flowers are growing up. They look really nice, and that's cool. But you know what else? There's a lot of bait in the surf. You actually see the wave come up, and you can see all the bait running through it. And a lot of bait in the surf means there's a lot of fish out there, and they're ready to come eat the bait. Yum 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 yum. So this is a great time to get out and fish on Oak Island. Get some of that bait. How are you gonna get that bait? You got to put it in a cast net. Well, I received a comment on one of my videos, and it said, "Hey Sans, can you do a cast net throwing video?" I have not done one yet. I've shown myself throwing it in some of the videos, but I haven't really done any demonstrations, and that's because I suck at it. It's really kind of hard. I've got bone spurs in my shoulder. I've got arthritis in my shoulders. It's hard for me to throw the cast net. Excuses, Sans, just make the video. So it's like, I don't really want to make a cast net video, throwing video. But then my son came up with his friend Kane, and I was talking to him about, oh, someone asked me to make a video, and he was like, oh, I want to learn how to throw the cast net. I was like, all right, now my son's like, I got a camera, let's go. And the drone. So I was like, all right, if you guys are going to film it, I'll show Kane how I throw the cast net. And I'm not saying it's the best way to do it. I'm just saying it's one way to do it. There are many ways to do it from what I've seen online myself, but it gets the job done. So let's go down on the surf and throw the cast net. Come on, let's go. All right, we're heading down to the beach. We got the cast net in tow. I got Kane with me. We're going to demonstrate this a couple of times. I'm going to do it. Kane's going to do it. So if you don't see it all the first time, you're going to see it the second or third time we're doing it. The beach was really crowded when we went down there because it happened to be Labor Day weekend. So there really wasn't any bait in the surf. So this is for demonstration purposes only. But first thing we're going to do is untangle the net. Make sure that any of the beads aren't tied up. The wires aren't untied. Just untangle it. Make sure it's opening. Straighten out the strings. Just have it ready, good to go. The second and probably most important thing to do is at the end of your cast net rope, there will be a loop. Take that loop and put it through your wrist like that, nice and tight. That's very important because I have done this myself where I have done it without putting it on tight and thrown the cast net and it comes off, and then I'm chasing my cast net down the surf or trying to get the kayak so I can get out of the canal. So put it on there nice and tight. Put that loop on really good and tight. That's important. Next thing, wind up your rope. You want to wind up your rope because you don't want it dragging behind you or getting tangled around your legs or anything. Now keep in mind, I am left-handed, so I have the rope in my right hand, and I'm going to put the cast net in my right hand. Some people like to put it about 3/4 like that. I don't. I actually like it to be about half and half when I'm holding it in my hand. Now this is important and hard to see here, but I'm grabbing a bead, and I'm going to bring that bead up and put it in my right hand. Then I'm going to grab a second bead further away from myself, and I'm going to grab that and put it up in my right hand as well. Then I'm going to grab a third bead, and I'm going to hold that in my left hand. So I've got 2 beads in my right hand, 1 bead in my left hand, and I'm going to get ready to cast. Now when I cast it, I'm going to do this motion, and I'm going to sweep over the top. And here's where I have the trouble, because that right shoulder does not like to cooperate. But I can do it a couple times before I start getting tired. Here it goes, it's out, and let's see if we can get it to open up. Not bad. Okay, it wasn't a complete pancake, but it wasn't a taco either, so I probably would have got some bait if it had been running right there. Let me show you again. We're going to let Kane take a shot at it. He's going to first, very important, wrap that rope around. Then he's going to wrap up his rope so it's not tangled. Now, he's right-handed, so he's going to put the rope in his left hand, so you can see here. He's then going to make sure his wires aren't tangled up. Everything looks good. He picks up his net and he puts it about halfway. That's how I like it, again, in his left hand. He grabs a bead and he puts that first bead in his left hand. He grabs a second bead, puts it in his left hand, and now he's got a third bead in his right hand, and he's going to do that sweeping motion. So he's going to throw it up and over, and he kind of missed that sweeping motion, so it's a little bit of a taco, but a really good first try, right? Let's give him a round of applause, everybody. Good job, Kane. A couple more, and you're going to be a pro. So let's do it one more time from the top. We're going to wrap up that rope. We're going to grab that first bead, put it in his hand, away from him, grab the second bead, put it in his hand, and grab that third bead and keep it in the right hand, and now do that sweeping motion. And there you go. That was nice. That was a great job. That opened up. If that had been some bait under there, boom, that bait would have been in that net. Now, we were having so much fun that other people wanted to get on it as well. Now, this guy said, I pretty much do it. I know how to throw a cast net. I'll show you how I do it. He says pretty much exactly how you're doing it. So I guess my method isn't that much different than other people's. And he pretty much got that good motion. Look, he can get his right hand way up there. And he pulled it up. Now, I wanted to show you what it looks like when you really got some bait in the surf. So I went out again. Look at the waves crashing right next to me, right? I'm going to get it up there onto this fish, and I open it up right on top of that bait. And when it lands on top of that bait, I start pulling it in. And there's so much bait in the surf right now, you don't even have to throw a perfect pancake and you're going to get some bait. I got so much bait in this first pull that I just brought it up to my bucket. Instead of putting it in the bucket, I actually just dumped it on the sand, like right in front of me, because I wanted a certain size bait. I wanted some of the smaller ones. I was using smaller hooks, so I wanted some of the smaller ones. So I was like, let me pick out the smaller ones and I'll throw the big ones back. I ended up throwing a bunch of the big ones back. So this cast net is a 4-foot cast net. You can pick them up at Dutchman's Creek for about $45. So get out there, get some bait, and let's go fishing.